Hey everyone, it is time for BS Radar, hashtag BS Radar. I've got Chris from Reventon. He's also, he's founder and CEO there at Reventon. And he's got an awesome podcast, Relentless Life on Your Terms. What a great name. Hey Chris, how are you?
Very good, Ross. How are you, mate?
Really well, really well. Now this is really timely for Chris today, being on the BS Radar because he's in a big growth phase. He's hiring people right now. He's going through the throes of sniffing out the BS. Now you've got a good tip for us today. What do you have? Chris, go for it.
Well, look, when recruiting, a lot of my recruitment goes on my gut instinct when I meet the person. I mean, with their resume, a lot of people write a lot of things on their resume, so I actually don't look at their resume to get any preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
And I have a screening process, which the company will meet the candidate 2-3 times before I meet them. And each level will have either a test. What would you do in this situation if you were to get the job? One's a personality test. How would you fit with the culture? So for me, the final interview is very, very simple. I asked them, what are you looking for in a company?
Yep.
And I asked them as well, what would you make this a happy environment? And this is what I'm looking for. So I said, this interview is a two-way process. I want you to interview me and the company while I'm interviewing you.
Yep.
It's very, very important that we both align our values and that we enjoy going to work together. If we're going to work together 40, 50, 60 hours, I want to make sure that our values are aligned so we can produce the best out of each other.
100%. Yeah. And you've used this, have you got any examples of how you've used this? So I love that. Like you've already got that screening process where they're going through the resume and the like, but you want to get to know the person. Is there any examples of where this has worked really well for you?
I'll use you a couple of examples, but reading their resume, I get all of the people reading it to review them 1 to 10, what they liked and didn't like, but they don't read the notes till after all of us have interviewed the person. So there's no preconceived ideas. And I think when you look at a resume as well, yes, someone can be qualified, but I want to get to know the person. I think viscerally, when you make an instinct with your gut, it's very important. A great example is when I first met my COO. It was in the 499 building. Now he's a beautiful kid from the country, very well-mannered. Now, I don't know what he's doing at the bottom of the floor. He presses the lift and he holds the door. I go, thanks, mate. Where are you going? He goes, level 10. I go, me too. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, Reventon. I go, oh, yeah, that's cool. What are you doing there? He goes, I'm going for a job interview. I go, mate, I hope you get it. So I walked into the job. I saw my national sales manager, John Pizzazz, at the time. I go, make sure you hire this kid. I had a really good feeling about him. I was a warm person. Now, this person, who's Tim Graham, who worked for 5 years for me, went on an overseas trip and then came back. He's now my CEO. He's worked with me for 6.5 years, 6.5 to 7 years. Yeah. I knew when I first met him, I never knew he was a country kid, which I love that. But I knew he was good with people. Now, he used to run a company called Yay. It was like a little bed and breakfast and hospitality place. I felt that just from meeting him and the interaction that we had. And I knew that he'd be like that with my clients. And also, just from that short interaction, I knew that this is a person that I want to spend time with. All my clients spend time with. And it turned out to be my CEO. Is it right every time? No. But is it right most of the times? Yes.
How good. I love that story. Thanks so much, Chris. Great story. Great BS Radar tip for our viewers today. If you're not following Chris already, does great content, videos, podcasts, interviews, lots of great people. I really appreciate your time, Chris. Thanks for being on BS Radar.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. And I love your show as well, Ross. Keep doing what you're doing, mate.
Thank you, Chris.